Hello students, today we are going to start a new chapter, number 7. Name of the chapter is Wave Optics. In earlier standard, you study about optics, means science of light. Optics is mainly divided into two parts. Ray optics, it is also known as geometric optics, and second one, wave optics, also known as physical optics. Then light travels along in ray optics. A light travels along a straight line path in a uniform homogeneous medium. The path of the light is called a ray of light. When it interfaces another medium, it gets reflected, means it rebounces in the same medium, or it gets refracted, means it enters in the other medium. And due to this reflection or refraction, its direction changes and again moves along a straight line path in the same medium in reflection or in the other medium in refraction. You are familiar with laws of reflection. First law of reflection is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal at the point of incidence lies in a same plane. Thereafter, second law is added as incident ray, reflected ray are in opposite sides of the normal. And third law, actually it is also known as second law, the angle of incidence, means angle between incident ray and normal, is equal to angle of reflection, means angle between reflected ray and normal, means I equal to R. You also know the laws of refraction. First law is similar to that of reflection law. Say first and second I am considering. The incident ray, reflected ray, and normal to the boundary between two medium at the point of incident are in the same plane. Second law, also known as incident ray and reflected ray, lies in opposite sides of the normal. I am added this law. And thereafter third one, it is also known as Snell's law. The incident angle I and angle of refraction R are related by equation n1 sin I equals to n2 sin R, as shown here, where n1 and n2 are absolute refractive indices of medium 1 and medium 2 respectively. We are also learn a reflection of light by spherical mirrors and refraction of light through prism and lenses. Still, some questions are arises in our mind that what is light? What is nature of light? Why it is travel along a straight line path? How light is propagated? Whether it requires a medium? How it travels in a vacuum? Why we get a sensation of light? Or why we can able to see each other? Why we feels a different colors of a light? And much more questions are arises in our mind. Many scientists tried to give the answers of these questions. In this series, a first scientist comes out, Newton gives his corpuscular theory of light, which is deleted from your syllabus. Then another theory is there, Huygens wave theory of light, Maxwell's electromagnetic theory of light, and thereafter Planck quantum theory and de Broglie hypothesis about light as a dual nature. Okay, then in this chapter we have to discuss Huygens wave theory, means wave optics, means physical optics, and light phenomena like polarization, interference, and diffraction. First, we discuss about Huygens wave theory. This theory was proposed by a Dutch physicist, Christian Huygens, in the year 1668, and proposed by that means proposed that he proposed a light as a waves, means light is propagated in the form of waves. Some assumptions, merits and demerits of these theories are there, which are discussed as it is. Means according to Huygens, he assumed that light is propagated in the form of waves, and light could travel in vacuum. Means wave, we know that waves required a material medium, and in those days sound waves are known, and sound waves are travel through the medium. This is a known thing. So when Huygens suggested light is propagated in the form of waves, then there should be a medium. So he assumed that there is a hypothetical medium like luminiferous ether is present everywhere. It is present in any medium as well as it is present in the vacuum. And through that medium, a light can be propagated. Means medium problem is solved by the Huygens by taking hypothesis that luminiferous ether present everywhere. Then we come across what are the merits of this theory. Huygens explained the laws of reflection and refraction and formation of images by lens and mirrors successfully. He also explained other phenomena like interference, diffraction, polarization. Means Huygens is not explained, we can explain, mean other scientists explain the phenomena like as interference, diffraction, polarization by taking consideration of Huygens wave theory. And also he concluded that, mean theoretical conclusion by Huygens is perfect agreement with the experimental result. Then velocity of light in denser medium is greater than velocity of light in a rarer medium. This is a theoretical conclusion made by the Huygens. We discuss it later on in later articles, refraction. And thereafter it is later on it is seen that experimentally it is verified. Thereafter we discuss about the merits of the Huygens wave theory. Means according to Michelson and Morley's theory disproved the existence of ether. Means Michelson and Morley performs so many experiments to discover the ether, and thereafter they concluded that such type of material is not present, as well as the necessity and existence of ether was ruled out by Einstein in 1905 by suggesting a special theory of relativity. And thereafter another drawback is also there. By this theory, a backward motion of light is not possible, which is incorrect. Another drawback is also there. Photoelectric effect, Compton effect, Raman effect, blackbody radiation, so many light phenomena are not explained by this theory. And still a rectilinear propagation also not explained. So this theory suffers from so many demerits, or you say drawbacks. To override this drawback, Maxwell comes out and he explained the theory about light, and this theory was known as Maxwell's electromagnetic theory. Then it is proposed by Maxwell in 1973, an experimental verification about electromagnetic waves are made by Hertz in 1986. Means Hertz successfully launched the electromagnetic waves, and you know this theory more detail in last year, a chapter number 14 and same name like as electromagnetic waves and communication system, you study about electromagnetic waves. Still we revise certain term, mean light as a waves. Light are, according to Maxwell, light is an electromagnetic waves. It consists of tiny or small vibrations of electric and magnetic fields which are perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation of waves. And these are the vibrations of electric and magnetic field. Note that this vibration can be produced, means electric and magnetic field can be produced in the medium as well as in the vacuum also. So these waves do not require material medium for their propagation because they are the field vibrations. And then these waves are transverse in nature because both vibrations are perpendicular, and again wave is again perpendicular to both of them. Then the speed, that means the speed of the electromagnetic waves depends upon refractive index of the medium, and it is related as refractive index equal to speed in air to speed in divided by speed in medium. Then speed in medium V equal to C upon N. C is a constant, 3 into 10 raised to 8, but refractive index of the medium is different. Means for air or vacuum, refractive index is 1, velocity is 3 into 10 raised to 8, nearly. But when we consider for vacuum, it is 3 into 10 raised to 8, and for air, it is slightly less, 2.99 something. And thereafter, but when we consider another mediums like as water, its velocity is 2 into 10 raised to 8, 2 lakh kilometer. For diamond, it is 1.25 lakh kilometers. Or for glass, it is 2.25 lakh kilometer per second. Means, look here, medium changes, then velocity of the light is also changes. So speed of light is depends upon refractive index of the medium. Their speed is also depends upon permeability of the medium and permittivity of the medium. Epsilon is the permittivity and mu is the permeability of the medium. And it is related as for air C equal to 1 upon square root of epsilon naught mu naught. If we put these values of epsilon naught and mu naught, how much are there? Epsilon naught is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. Mu naught is 4 into 10 raised to minus 7. If you put these values, then you get a velocity of light 3 into 10 raised to 8. From this, Maxwell boldly says that electromagnetic waves are the light waves, or light is nothing but the electromagnetic waves. He proved from this relation. Thereafter, in other medium, velocity equal to 1 upon square root of epsilon mu. Epsilon and mu are the permeability and permittivity of that mediums. The wavelength range of electromagnetic waves is, correctly I am saying here, 0.006 angstrom unit. Angstrom unit means 10 raised to minus 10 meter to 100 kilometer. Mean very small wave is there. Means in your book it is mentioned as it is less than femtometer, mean 10 raised to minus 15 meter, and greater than few kilometers, mean 100 kilometer last wave is, means Kalamboli to Pune up to. One wave is there, crest and trough only. Electromagnetic spectrum, sequential arrangement of electromagnetic waves according to their wavelength or frequency is called as the electromagnetic spectrum. Means in this series, first wave is smallest wavelength gamma ray, thereafter X-ray, UV rays, visible rays, infrared radiation, microwaves, and radio waves. You studied in the last standard, meaning 11th standard in chapter number 14, more detail. The wavelength of visible light is about 4000 angstrom unit to 8000 angstrom unit, or you say 400 to 800 nanometer. And sequence of colors is Vibgor. Vibgor means 7 colors are there: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. That means Ri refractive index is depends upon wavelength, means wavelength changes, wavelength of the light changes, then refractive index also changes. Means for different colors, wavelength is different. And as wavelength is different, means their refractive index is also different. Mean I is same for all colors. Mean when white light is incident on the surface, after refraction, it is split into 7 colors. Means angle of refraction is different for different color. Thus, white light is split into different colors when passes through the another medium. And this reason a formation of spectrum, and this is also reason of formation of rainbow also. Okay. Thereafter, at the end of 19th century, mean 1900, Planck proposed his theory about light. Means he suggested that a light are the particle again. Means again he supported the theory of Newton. That means to explain the black body radiation, he explained this theory, as well as a wave or that means he suggested light as a particle nature. And Einstein supported this theory by explaining photoelectric effect with the help of Planck quantum theory in 1905. And thereafter, in 1923, de Broglie comes out and he tied up the match. Means some scientists suggested light are the waves, they are the electromagnetic waves, they do not require material medium. And like as Planck and Einstein and other scientists also suggested that they are the particles, means they are the energetic particles. And de Broglie comes out and he tied up the match. In 1923, he suggested that light is having a dual nature. Sometimes it means any moving object is associated with the wave. Means it is a matter as well as wave. Okay. We discuss dual nature of light more detail in chapter number 14, same name, dual nature of the light. Okay. Thereafter, we come across Huygens theory. Before starting in this chapter, we have to see wave optics and particularly Huygens theory. And thereafter, the phenomena related on it, polarization, interference, and diffraction. First, we go through Huygens theory. First, what is primary source of light? Primary source, the source that emit light of their own, means the source which emit the light. Candle is the primary source. Try to understand this. Means why these sources emit the light? 3 reasons are there. Due to high temperature, means sun, stars, flames, means candle is also there. Heated objects emit the light due to their high temperature. Another is also there, the effect of current passing through them. Means tube light is there, TV is there, or any bulb in your home. When current is passing, they emit the light. And third category is there, chemical reaction or nuclear reaction takes place. Means firecrackers are there and nuclear generator is there. In that, these are the primary sources. Means they emit the light of their own. But some sources are there. Sources that not emit the light of their own, but receives light from the source and reflected or scatter around it. Means we get a light from moon. Mean moon reflect the light of the sun. means it is a secondary source. Or why we can able to see each other? When light is incident on our body, we are reflecting this light. Mean we are also a secondary source. Any watchable thing on the earth or in the universe, not in the universe, in the universe some stars are there, they are the primary sources. On the earth, any watchable thing, they are the secondary sources. Watchable thing, all are the secondary sources, because when light is incident on them, we can able to see them. So they are not emit their light on, they only reflect the lights. Okay. Thereafter, we go through phase of the wave. Mean it is a state of motion of a particle at a point. Actually, state of motion means related with state of oscillation of a particle. And the distance of the point from the source. Mean phase of the wave is related with two things. State of motion of the particle, in which state it is this particle is present, and at which distance it is from the source. Then we say that phase of wave. Thereafter, we go through a wavefront. What is meaning of wavefront? The locus of means it is the imaginary concept taken by the Huygens as per concern to a light as the waves. Means how we can explain it? Locus of all the points of locus is the mathematical concept. Means it is a structure which joins all the points. Maybe it is a curve, maybe it is a straight line, maybe it is a plane, or maybe it is a surface. Mean locus of all points having same phase at a given instant of time. Means at any instant, locus of all points having the same phase. Again one time, very simple definition is given in your book. Locus of all points having the same phase at a given instant of time. Not of word is there, actually it is the wrong word. Locus of all points having the same phase at a given instant of time. In old books, some definition is there, locus of all the points of the medium at which wave reach simultaneously, so that all points are in the same state of vibration or same phase. Complicated definition, but in your book, very simple definition is given, and definition is also important one. Define wavefront means locus of all points having same phase at a given instant of time. It is called as a wavefront. In case of two-dimensional waves like water waves, wavefronts are circles. At center of the circle there is a source. And in case of three-dimensional waves like as light waves or sound waves, they are spherical waves. Means spheres are there. Spheres with center O. Speed with which wavefront moves is called speed of the wave. Okay. Thereafter we go through another points. The direction of propagation of wave is perpendicular to the wavefront. Look here. For a sphere, they are the radii along the radius and away from the center. Mean they are also called as the rays. And here for plane wavefront, they are normal to the planes. Okay. In case of light waves, arrows shown in figure which are perpendicular to the wavefront and shows the direction of propagation of waves, and these are called as the rays of light. Means a normal drawn at any point on the wavefront in the direction of propagation of light, it is called as a wavefront, ray of light, or wave normal also. Again one time, normal drawn at any point on the wavefront in the direction of propagation of light is called wave normal, or it is also called as a ray of light. Okay. Thereafter, there are three kinds of wavefronts. Spherical wavefront. The spherical wavefronts produced due to point source at a finite distance. If the rays are diverge, wavefront correspond to diverging beam of light. If rays are converge after passing through the lens, means convex lens is there, and when rays are incident parallel, then they are converged together. The wavefront corresponding to diverge beam of light. Means spherical wavefronts are originating from point source and they are produced at finite distance. Okay. Then another wavefront is plane wavefront. It is produced due to point source at infinite distance. Means sun produces a spherical wavefront near it. But as time passes, distance goes on increasing and up to sun to earth. Very long distance is there, 10⁻12 power order of magnitude meter. Then up to this distance, this wavefront is like as a plane wavefront. Means the wavefront produced by the point source at infinite distance. Or other way also there, when in front of convex lens is put in front of point source. Then after refraction, light is coming and this light is appears as a plane wavefront. After refraction from the lens. Means convex lens ray of light are parallel corresponding to parallel beam. Means they produces a plane wavefront. And third type of wavefront is the cylindrical wavefront. These cylindrical wavefronts produce due to a linear slits or source at finite distance. Okay, means there are three types of wavefronts. Spherical wavefront produced due to point sources at finite distance. Second one, plane wavefront produced due to point sources at infinite distance or after refraction from the convex lens. Okay, and thereafter cylindrical wavefront, they are coming from the slits. Mean in your room a tube light is there, it produces a cylindrical wavefront. But bulb is there, it produces a spherical wavefront. Okay, means these are the three types of wavefronts. I think this is all about it. Thereafter, in next lecture, we discuss about Huygens principle, plane wavefront and spherical wavefront, and refraction and reflection. Today, it's enough. Have a good day. Thank you.